go back, hooks in. Nice, go back, go back, go back, go back. Só continua fugindo do quadril, cachorro. Só pensa no teu quadril. Costa no chão. Não fica muito com gancho não, pô. O quadril foge. Isso aí. Costa no chão, costa no chão. Time, guys, switch. It's okay? This way? Yes, yeah. Ready? Good.
Do you get down a lot of guys? Fly triangle? I don't like that.
Nice, Amal. Coach, you see what happens if you stay on your knees? He's back on your back again. Right away, go flat. I want to see your back on the floor. You're going to be looking at that ceiling for the whole time. Any other way you try, he's going to give you trouble. Boa, cachorrão.
Glad I got that up.
Nice, coach. You see, much better. Back on the floor. You gotta be looking at the mirror, at the ceiling for the whole time. That's how you take someone out of bed.
He walks up. Good.
Okay. What hurt you?
I was swallowing. At the same time, they was getting tight. So I couldn't.
I thought it was your knee.
Not here.
Come on, guys. 27 seconds.
That's nice. Go ahead, go. I'll put it on.
Fine, guys. Go drink some water.
Maybe to wear glasses on the old age. Yeah. You know? Because usually the guys defending the hook. When you come close to you, if you come this way, you must get the legs in.
One of the most common mistakes, I just saw it, you have someone in your back, and you're working, then next thing you see, that's what got you in trouble. Every time you see, you must escape without having to push his leg. For you, When I have someone in my back, for me to push that hook out, I have to have my back touching the floor. He's next to me. I know he won't be able to choke it, then my hand comes here. You guys are forgetting the main thing. When someone is trying to choke, your main concern is you defend your neck. Your hands have to be here. The moment, why did you tap? You went there to push the leg off, hand get in, and you have to understand, it's always the opposite hand that defends the choke. So if this hand is coming in this way, that's why it's a problem if you go down here to push the hook, the hand sneaks in. This hand is not enough. Every time the guy can place this hand as you wish, you're going to be able to get your hand inside. The only thing that blocks is the opposite hand. And every time the hand is coming in, you grab and you pull lower your chest. Don't allow him to come near to your neck. I always see it. Then you start working your way out. Sean holds you under the both sleeves. This is hell to escape. If the guy makes that grip, it's the worst to escape. But there's no choke there. So you're comfortable. Then you can start working your hands to stop taking him out of there. Because you know both hands are on your armpit, they're holding both collars. For you to try to escape, it's going to be hell. So you don't worry, start working the leg, start moving away from him. This is going to force him to let it go, to attack. But the main thing, hands here in an X shape. Out when the hand comes, hold, and don't let the hand go anymore. And then work your way out of there. Like I saw many of you all the time concerned about the hooks, which force you guys sometimes to even go to your force. It's like you were almost out, next thing you see, the guy's on your back again. So your main worry when you get someone attacking you is hands to block, to defend. Next thing you see, you breathe, you start going, then it's hip. I saw some of you, you already, your back's on the floor, and you here. No, all you have to do is this. This, look. It's just a matter of seconds before you're out of there. But if you try to go with your hands low, he's able to pull you back, he's able to grab the collar and give you trouble. So I think we're good for today, but if you guys have any doubt that you guys would like to, that I could bring some light on it, if there's anything that you guys would like to take a look at, any position that you feel, tracking that you feel uncomfortable.
And you from bottom, defend.
How? Show me.
Can I show you the sleep?
Oh yeah.
Let me show you up clean.
I'm smelling like a minute now.
On your back. By the half guard, especially half guard. Like I think, I don't know if there's even an answer because I allowed the guy on the bottom. I allowed the guy to pull. But like I'm having a lot of problems here, like just hitting his shoulder to the floor. Same thing with side control. Hitting his shoulder to the floor and then attacking.
And you're on the top. What you're saying?
No, when I'm on top, I feel great.
When you're on the bottom,
I feel horrible.
Because they dominate your arm, that's what you're saying?
It's like when I'm on top, here's the thing. I concentrate on my sternum, my weight not being on sternum, but on the shoulder. So I pin that to the floor. And I hold this.
Are we speaking English here? Are you on top or on the bottom? You're on the bottom. God damn. On the bottom. So you have your arm caught like this.
You let me stay?
Yeah. Okay. This is a common thing, like because sometimes you're trying to sweep or something, the guy jumps into half guard and it's too late. He has this. You see, that was the part that I did not want it. I did not want this. Come on. Look at my half guard here, please. I was hoping he wasn't asking such a personal question like this. Come over here. You see, every time the guy, this can happen at any time. Like, because you try to take down, he took you down, he lands right here. And normally he holds tight. And this is like, if you allowed him to dominate this well, he's gonna pass. He's gonna get the mount, he's gonna get across side. So the first thing that I wanna make sure, drive my arm up. The first thing I wanna make sure is that I pull the arm low, look. Keep passing. If you realize what I did, with this hand I lock his hip. He started getting very concerned about going that way, because I was going to sweep him that way. But he knows this one already, he'll move down this way. So I block the hip now, again, like I was showing you guys with this. I do the same here. I block the hip. I don't want his hip moving back and forward. I block, I'm here, boom, back in guard. With so much room, it was so easy to put him back in guard. But the main thing, the first thing I did was this hand coming down here and grab under like this, palm up. I can grab his belt. This prevents him from killing me now here, from driving my elbows up. Look, when I do this, look how I am now. I can't move him. He's too high on me. I have no defense. So the first thing, I don't care. Like now, before I was always in panic to let my arm get caught here. Then I learned, the moment that the guy gets, I bring down here, look. Look how his situation is now. And I start playing with his hip right here, look. See? Now I start pushing, look. A lot of times I turn the guy very easily here. If he tries to be tight, or I just push the knees in, right back to guard. So the first thing,
Similar cross side?
From a cross side is a little bit different. Because from a cross side, you don't have legs to work and you cannot work his hips so well. But normally what I do, when someone, because when they take me here, that I cannot get this arm in front of him, I bring it here too. Because I know his only option here is an arm lock. So keep working there a little bit. Come on. I place my hand crosses, I get my head out of there. The moment that I feel this, I bring this in, again, palm up. Don't keep your palm down. Why? You see how your elbow is? If your palm is up, he's able to pull. When you do this, he cannot pull your elbow across. So the palm reaches in like this. Now I go here and bridge, look, the hand switches, and then I get out. I get out right there, look. Then I turn, we're gonna end up facing each other. So if I see this situation, that's the best way to go, you know? Same thing. No gi, same thing, palm. Even if you don't grab nothing, a lot of times I just rest my hand like this. Right on his body, boom. Because I make sure that my palm is up and my elbow is in. If I'm like this, no strength at all.
Same situation, but he sits his hip and he's going for Kimura from
Which
half
way?
guard. Like same situation you have, but
Do him.
and guys, this
Oh, this is Sean's student.
and then working this arm, you're trying to like even if
Yeah.
you're working on this, you're working this.
Yeah, right. Normally when you're there, you see, it's already a mistake of mine to let you sit here so comfortably. Because if you realize this arm is dead. So the first thing I would do, look. You see how I force you back? Now you let go of my arm, my head is out. So in reality, I can't let you sit here and just stay. So the moment you sit there, look, I start pushing, look. So then you're gonna have to fix yourself. When you fix yourself, look, you're back in guard. So every time the guy is trying to get a Kimura there, he's out of balance forward. We normally try to push him off this way. In reality, my knee hits your butt, and I push at the same time. And I scoot out. I go here and here, look. And I start scooting out this way, look. So your whole body, do you notice that right away he had to let go of my arm and think about. So the defense of every Kimura is always going the direction of the arm that he's attacking. Right away, you know. What else, guys?
I feel like a good general way to think about a lot of times, like when I'm aggressive, I tend to make a lot of mistakes and in bad like control position. Like if the guy has side control, I remember when I fought Chico Carlinhos was like when the guy tries to hit you, escape. It's like is that like a good idea? Like every
it's
time
like normally, yeah. When you fight, you try to fight. I was telling you guys when you get someone today to get someone across side, if you're on the bottom, don't try to panic and get out of there. Find your time. If he opens too much space, you get out of there.
when he attacks.
Because you find the time. You want to save energy because it's not just about a race, about who gets there first, but who doesn't run out of gas. So if you're in a situation where he has all the leverage, attacking you with the weight and everything, you don't want to muscle your way out of there. I went to train with a guy. This was one of the strongest guys I have ever seen in my life. I think you brought him. Was like a football coach from upstate or something. The guy was naturally big in a way that I never seen in my life. Like his head was like this. And I remember, and he trained, he was like a wrestling coach. And he came over to train, and I remember, I passed his guard, and I grabbed him, everything perfect, tight. He grabbed me like this, he threw me where Ricardo is. When I hit it there, I was so pissed that he was able to take me out of that position. I shot right back, I passed again, I landed again. Again, he threw me from here there. When I hit there, I kicked back again. On the third time, he couldn't push me off anymore. Not because I did anything different, but because his gas was gone. Like he put everything on that. Like because and I couldn't understand because everything was perfect. I said, I have all the perfect leverage, everything. How he's able to pull me off? Strength. The guy was a freak. His legs were like, each leg was like my size, you know? But on the third time, he lifted a little. Couldn't bring it anymore. So I said, now we're good. Now we're gonna play this game. You know? Then after I was finishing him once after another. But on the beginning, so it's important that you're able to manage, because a lot of times you're gonna get a guy like Sean Alvarez, it's not, you know, it's not a guy like a former, right? It's not a little guy every time. So it's important to save your gas too. So when you need it, because a lot of times when you have a finishing hold, you need the extra pressure to make sure that you finish. And if you don't have it, you're gonna be on that, I almost got him. If you had a little gas on the tank, you would finish it. So that's important. Like when you feel everything's going against you, relax, take your time, wait for his. Because like Carlinhos was saying earlier, the defense is always faster than the attack. Like the defense is gonna be direction towards what he wants. So, and you can always anticipate. He needs to do 3-4 moves when all you're gonna need to do is one to get out of there. So you know that already, so you can play that way. You know, the moment that you feel that you're a little uncomfortable, then don't panic to get out. The most common thing, the moment that you panic, you want to get out anyway, you open everything up. Then it becomes hard to recoup. You got a good guy on top, he's gonna finish you. You know, that's exactly what just happened with Rickson and Paulo Filho. Paulo Filho is the best guy in Brazilian top team. He went there to train with Rickson. Rickson played with him like he was a baby, and nobody can do that with him. Like he told me that he trained with everybody, nobody can do nothing on him. Rickson got him, took his back like 5-6 times because looks for the right time. The moment that the guy makes a mistake, and his declaration in the newspaper was, when I train with him, I feel that I can offer danger on him or nothing. And more than he keeps pushing, and I know I'm gonna get tired, he's gonna finish me as many times as he wants. That was exactly what he said, because he doesn't have the slow gear. He has only the fast gear, so he can push. But if you keep going, you play smart, and you're gonna always have an opportunity.
I feel like now I show you Roger, then like, you can't adjust.
Yeah.
Like you can gain the guard.
If you realize Roger is never worried about pushing at you,
I feel that.
like to impose his rhythm. He's always looking to roll with you.
The longer it goes, the worse it gets.
Yes, that's the reality. The longer the fight is, the worse it is. You know? So that's important. So when you're on the bottom, that's why I was telling you guys today, it's important to train like this. Sit your ass there, relax. A lot of times now when I train with good guys, I give my arm. I want to defend the arm. So I'm a good attacker. Then I work my way out of there. I try to find a good spot. When Roger came over, his favorite positions, mount, putting both arms up. I did all this with him. I said, let me see, finish me on this. Let me feel it. I always find my way out because I wait for his mistake. But what I sensed was, if you panic, you're going to tap without being able to breathe, you know? So it's important, always take your time and think about defense when everything's going wrong. That's why I was telling you guys here, think about your neck. Don't panic to get out of there. When you panic, you tap 10 times easier, you know?
Sorry guys, I don't want to hog this. Like how much gi versus no gi training should someone do to become, of course if they train for Abu Dhabi without the gi, but like,
Yeah, I
so
think
that we can
the beauty of the gi gives you what people don't realize. The best jiu-jitsu fighters ever, they were amazing with the gi first. Yeah, because the gi game gives you a round. If you realize the sweeps, the way that you move, it's all through round motion. You never move square. When you train no gi, every move you do, it's a square. Boom, boom, boom. You don't do, you're not able, you don't have the ability. You like don't go in the guy, bring spin for sweeps and things like that. With the gi, you have to do that. So your game becomes round. No gi, it's only a straight line. Everything is poof, poof, because you're always looking to get your pelvis facing the ground. Without a gi, with the gi, you switch, come, move in many different ways, which without a gi you don't, because you're always going to be square. So in reality, the no gi game is a very poor game. Like a guy to be amazing, he has to train with it. This is going to push him to a different level. I know that because in Brazil, we used to have the luta livre guys. All the luta livre guys used to be jiu-jitsu guys who hate the gi. And they stopped training with the gi, set up their own thing, and they become like, oh, now we are tough, we can beat the jiu-jitsu guys. Because they don't train no gi, they have a competition, every competition they had their ass kicked. Like it was nothing. It was like 4 fights in a night, 4-0, you know? For their reason. They try until the thing is dying in Brazil now, because they realize the jiu-jitsu.
The example is a Babalu.
Huh?
Babalu is one
One of the biggest examples is Babalu. Babalu was always just no gi. He would win one, lose another, win one, lose another. He started training in Gracie Jr.
His game changed.
Next thing he did, gi. Now he's competing with the gi on. His game completely changed. If you watch the UFC now, look how much better fighter he is. He's pulling out arm locks, triangles. This you can only learn with this. Your defense part, you can only develop with the gi. You're gonna get used to have 1,000 attacks at you with the gi. When you take this off, it's like a walk in the park. And look, like I said, no gi, how they gonna feel? With a foot lock? What? You know, because there's no chokes, there's nothing to be able to track me over there.
And everything you train without a gi, you can train with a gi. If you want to just get foot locks and knee locks, you can do with a gi.
With the gi, you have everything that no gi has, plus 1,000 more options for sweeps, finishings, and things like that.
Do you think that as far as takedowns, like wrestling takedowns, a little bit more applicable for jiu-jitsu than judo? Judo, you always turn your back.
I don't like the judo concept very much, because the judo is everything for one takedown, like to bring the fight down. They don't care if they give you the back or. So I think jiu-jitsu has its own stand-up, which you still do some throws, but you do a lot of leg grabbing, which is a combination of wrestling with judo. I think it's more efficient for jiu-jitsu fighters than actually playing judo, you know. And in reality, like if you watch the guys who are good at throws in jiu-jitsu, they're the ones who are able to make the connection between jiu-jitsu and judo and apply in a smart way. Like the guys who come from judo, very good judo players, go to compete in jiu-jitsu, they normally tap very quickly. They go in, they turn their back, someone chokes them. They give the throw to grab their back.
The best judo in Brazil now is Flávio Canto. He's
a jiu-jitsu fighter.
He used to do judo, but then he came to jiu-jitsu. Started to compete in jiu-jitsu, go until purple belt, compete in jiu-jitsu. Then the judo guys told him, if you want to stick in judo, you go to the Olympic, you cannot go to the jiu-jitsu competition anymore. Because if the guy became a top one in judo, maybe going to a jiu-jitsu tournament, he can lose for some
beginner.
Someone guy
Not
know well. And then he stopped. He still trained a lot of jiu-jitsu with the guys.
He got a bronze on the last Olympic, I think, right?
No, he's the best one in Brazil.
No, but he got a bronze. He got a bronze in the Olympics.
Yeah, he got a bronze.
He got a bronze and a silver.
I thought he got the best one tournament.
In Brazil, he's the number one.
Yeah.
But it's
He's finished everyone in the ground.
yeah. All his fights in the Olympics are on the ground. He finished with jiu-jitsu.
The best judoka in Brazil, teaching judo, the guy said is more technical guy. He's an old guy now, he's almost dying. He's francês, Medi.
The best
Jorge
guy,
Medi.
Jorge Medi. He was a student of Isao Kano. Isao Kano was Jigoro Kano's grandson. The one that won the Olympic of 1967, won the weight and the absolute. And he was like 175 pounds. And he won the absolute in judo and in his weight.
And this guy is come to our school, my father's school, a long time ago, and used to work in there and train jiu-jitsu.
He used to take care, because in the academy back then, you walk in just with your clothes, get a gi, train, and then when you leave, you throw the gi in a bag. So Amal wouldn't have that problem. And we had a big laundry that all the gis would go there and wash. So he was the guy responsible to clean the academy and taking care of the
And
gis.
these guys stay all the time in the school. The guys, the same Valdemar
They
Santana.
live in the academy.
Yeah, the same Valdemar Santana. The guys work in the school for that, but the guys who train the most, but they just live there, open and close the school. And every time he's not working there, he's training, sparring. This Meiji used to be sparring from Carson and other top guys there. And then he come to my father.
I think he went and trained with some judo people, and he finished them all. Then they invited him to join judo.
They came to my father and said, Carlos, I will change for judo. But in jiu-jitsu, I will be just one guy.
No, I will
In
be one of
judo,
your
I will be the
students.
king.
In judo, I will be the best.
And this guy just opened a judo school and stayed there. But he never say that he trained jiu-jitsu for the judo guys there. But everyone, he's old, 60-year-old, and he was strong. And the top guys in Brazil used to come to his school to learn, and he make everyone tap. And everyone come talking, oh, Jorge Meiji is amazing.
best round ever.
Judo.
There's a student
Everyone
like that.
tap. Just because of jiu-jitsu, but he told the guy he used to train jiu-jitsu.
This guy went to
before.
Japan, and then he went to train in the dojo where this Isao Kano was there. And he finished everybody in the dojo because of jiu-jitsu. So Isao Kano became best friends with him so he could learn ground. And they started teaching each other. So this Jorge Meiji was the best in Brazil in judo for a while, huh?
Yeah,
It was
all the
unbelievable
champions
judo.
went there to learn.
Olympics, everything. But his game was all ground. You know?
And him. I remember coming up at Gracie Barra and like I was like a young kid, like 15, 16, knowing the older guys like Soca, Soneca, the guys I had more access to. Dude, he was always like, I don't care how many times you tap, just don't ask to stop. I don't care how many times like your partner taps you, like whoever asks to stop loses.
Yes.
I think this is a good mindset, like training. Like, what's the best mindset to training?
I think that's what it is. It's like if you ask to stop, you tap.
Yeah, if you say, okay, I'm tired, you tap. In my mind, it's like that. That's why I think that I'm getting old. If I go to train with you, how long I can resist? 10 minutes, okay. That mark 10 minutes, and I will fight for 10 minutes, give my best in 10 minutes, 10 minutes, finish, okay. But I know, in my side, if continue, I will get tired, and I will have to tap. That's what's happened. I always have a conscience of that. Because I used to train with my students, not for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I don't like training like that. Let's train. When someone get tired, we finish. If I get tired first, I know that I lose. Okay, I'm tired, I feel bad. Okay, for me, it's the same tactic, the same. But I get tired, I cannot continue the fight. Tap. Then I think like that. Then I used to. The difference between my school for other schools in Brazil, that the black belt is afraid to train with low belts. And I know, can have a good purple belt in a school, and if you make a mistake, they make you tap. But not. Purple belts, they are hungry, they train a lot. Sometimes you're a black belt, but not train every day hard. I train every day because I love to train. I would like to train with you guys today, but I hurt my groin here, and I'm mad because of that. Because I train every day for my students. Because I love that. I don't care if I tap or not. The guys went there, we trained together there. I love to train. That's it. I cannot live without that. It's make me make my jiu-jitsu be working for I teach. I cannot just sit in here watching, and then teach for the others. No. I want teaching more, new generation. I will be with 80 years old if I couldn't teaching kids and make them. That's my life. When I not come more to the match to train, I prefer to die. I don't work anymore. Do what? Do all this all my life? Cannot train anymore, cannot put a gi anymore. These are dead for me. Okay, die, better. Next life, start again. Don't waste my time here anymore. Then what's happening is in my school, we always train everybody against everybody. Then I used to.
Yes, because it's important not to have ego. At the same time, tapping is a learning process. If you tap, you gotta see what you did wrong. You teach it, you learn it. So you're not competing against someone. You're exchanging knowledge with the student or with your instructor or with somebody else. So tapping is fine, as long as you learn it from. It's not about ego, I don't wanna tap. It's not about that, but it's like you wanna train your mindset not to give up at the same time. You wanna make sure that you're not like, first time you feel your lungs burning, you say, okay, that's good. It's like, that's when you gotta relax. That's when the defense comes at the end. Well, I mean, I fought.
Your jiu-jitsu improve when you start to be tired.
Yes, that's when you
your strength go, and then you have to move without strength and defend yourself and see what's happening. Because once you say, okay, when you feel that you start to be weak and your energy is gone, and you say, okay, it's okay for me.
So in reality, you're not stretching your jiu-jitsu?
Yes, man, I stop now. Let's stay a little while and see how these guys make me tap. And then you see, even you are tired, so difficult is the guy make you tap. And then you start to believe in your game. Guy get your back, no problem. Work on here and escape again, and that's it. And then going. Then you see, start to believe in your game, man. I can train for 1 hour because this guy is stronger than me. He smashed me in the beginning, but I will keep my defense going on. Once he make a mistake, I will try to get him, and then you go. Then you build your game. That's the real jiu-jitsu. The real jiu-jitsu is for the guy who is the weak, can face the strong and sometimes beat the strong. Otherwise, you can.
Most of the time, survive.
Yeah, most of the time survive, because otherwise the strong have to beat the weak. If nobody knows nothing, the strong, you beat the weak. The jiu-jitsu that make the difference. A light guy can beat a big guy if they are more technical, if they have more endurance, if he's trained well, if his game is smart, then he has a chance. Otherwise, no chance.
You want to make a question?
I just asked some of the secrets for training jiu-jitsu for your whole life and trying to stay healthy. A lot of times, me being a smaller guy, people come in, I feel like I need to fight, and I get pounded on. And
Yeah.
I like to train just my whole life, and stay healthy.
The main thing, I was little. How much you weigh?
150.
I used to be 145 until my marriage. Then too much good cooking, watching TV. But in reality, the best thing is to train with your bodies. And your body, what you're going to learn is your body develops a different strength. Once you start doing it on an everyday basis and you really roll, but don't just roll, try to roll smart in a way that you don't hurt yourself, but you learn and you improve your tightness, improve everything. You're going to develop strength in certain areas that nobody else will have. And you're going to start to get strong. I remember I used to train with his brother, my uncle, a lot. And he used to squash me. Then he moved. Then I keep training, my whole life, training. One day we meet, and he wanted to do some position. And he goes to me, Jesus, you feel so strong. But in reality, it wasn't strength, it was leverage. It was the years of working those things that made me much tighter than I used to be before. And he was able to tell me this because it was been years since the last time we trained.
resting and training 7 days a week? Is that?
I train my whole life 7 days a week. It's how you train. Like if you're gonna go crazy every time you roll, you can't train every day like that. You're gonna hurt yourself. Because when you get tired, your joints get a little weaker. Next thing you think, you pop in your knee, you pop in your elbow. But if you train smart, since I train hours with my relatives, I grew up like this. Train with cousins, brothers, and so we never go crazy at each other. I wouldn't mind be squashed by him, I would just be there. Some days I was tired, I would rather have him working his attacks and I'm working my defense. But we could work every day, like not only every day, but every day, twice a day. That was our life, we never did nothing else.
So a question that some of us have been working on a bit, like what does it mean to you to have a black belt? Like, what does a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu mean?
It's the shit, nigga.
Did you get that on tape?
I did.
Guys, today my life is teaching Jiu-Jitsu, and so it's like if I'm trying to speak with somebody like who's just starting out, and it's like, so what does it mean to have a black belt? Like why is it so special? Why is it the shit?
What I see about I look at about me, my personality, what I am, what I do, and what I'm willing to do. And I feel that if someone come to me now and said, "Carl, I give you all the money you want, you deserve. How much you deserve? $1 billion? I give to you $1 billion. But now you forget everything you are. Start again without contact with martial arts, with jiu-jitsu. Just be rich." I said, man, I want money now with my mentality. Have money, maybe spoil me, maybe I will die early with some drug addict. Because I'm rich, too much money, don't know what to do with this. No education for use that money. I will be what I could be. Then maybe I'll not change. No, let me stay where I am now. I prefer to be like that. Give me money now, like I am, okay, I know what to do with this. Otherwise, what money for? Just have a good car, show people that I have money. Because if you don't have my personality to do this well, to work with this well, it's nothing for me. Then what I do is, I'm thinking to make I went to Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. I live in Rio de Janeiro, and I used to go around Brazil, all the other states. Then I go to the interior, and I went there to some school, some friends, seminars like that. Then I saw the crowd, the young boys there. Every young boy there is smoking, 14 years old, 15 years old, smoking and drinking in the plaza, like that. Look like this, man. How the guys can spoil his life like that? If you go to the Rio de Janeiro, South Zone, right now, you see a bunch of strong guys, strong boys. Even they go nightclub, even they drink it, they do some drugs. But most of the guys you see there, strong and fit people. And you see there, all the guys make a sport, jiu-jitsu, things like that. Then this is because our influence on the people. The guys start to be strong, everybody starts to be strong, the other youngs look there, those top guys, and want to be the same, and then you change a state, you change a city, you change the mentality. And now you see, Jiu-Jitsu change the mentality of the world. If you, strong kids, strong families, strong communities, that way I think. And our work is that. No, most of the instructors, they don't know about this. They just, I did jiu-jitsu because jiu-jitsu good, it's popular now and give me money. But even if he don't realize that, they are doing a good job because they make people fit, make people health, stop with the bullshit of the guy smoking every time, the propaganda of advertise of smoking, and the guy will get the girls and have to drink a lot and smoke and
Yeah, like this week I was in the supermarket.
now the heroes are UFC guys, and all the everywhere you go, oh that guy, this and then what's happened is we helping this happen. We help change the world for have a better people, strong, and that's make me, man, I was a little bit in this world. Otherwise, I just come here to spoil my time, to waste my time and do nothing, hang out. And when I think about, I have it, my job, make people better, I feel proud of that. That's what I think. To be a Jiu-Jitsu black belt, you feel like that because when you get a Jiu-Jitsu black belt and you stay work on this, it's because you deserve this belt among of health people, and people recognize you as a black belt.
Yeah, one example of that, this week I was in the supermarket. Next thing I see was one of those bottles to sell there, the açaí. What people don't know, açaí was a fruit that had only on the north of Brazil. That his father used to drink when they live in Pará. That's where this fruit is from. This fruit grows in a palm tree. Every time people to eat the palm heart, they cut the tree down from the Amazon to remove the palm heart. We start using this fruit, we start eating this drink from there. It's not only a way it's very healthy, it's a very good fruit with a lot of antioxidants, but it's a way to save the forest too, the natural tree, which is the Amazon palm tree. Nobody in Brazil knew açaí. The only people who drink açaí was my family. The only people. So they start convincing one bar that was underneath their house to bring açaí from up north. Because they had a lot of different fruits from the north, so they start bringing açaí. Then they start putting açaí in all the jiu-jitsu guys. Next thing you see, açaí became a fever. Every jiu-jitsu academy had an açaí store next door. Because you train, you drink, like that. Açaí now, it's in America.
All stores, but all stores who sell
Natural
foods,
products.
natural foods, even the pepper,
Yeah.
don't take that.
Even a bar, even the bar sell.
Sell açaí.
Sell
Because
açaí.
so popular, everybody asking, oh, it's worse, give you money, okay. And then what's happened? Today, the guys worse more keep the tree of
Keep the
açaí
trees
than
there
cut
and
down.
actually take the palm heart. They make more money with açaí than actually the palm heart.
The guys from Sambazon, they went to Brazil, buy a land, big land in the north of Brazil, just plant açaí to export to America.
Bring it over here.
And these guys spread açaí around the United States. They went there, they see,
So this is just one of the things that we influence people. So this was one of the things that the black belt allowed us
So black belt is basically like self-mastery and then help others out.
to. Definitely.
when I told somebody, when I give a black belt for someone, then I said, man, now, my father told me once, I used to be a boy, hang out along in the middle of crazy guys, and then someone come to talk to my father home and say, hey, Ricardo smoke marijuana, I saw his nightclubs and things like that. I was 18 years old. And my father came to talk to me. My son, no, father, no, I go with this guy, but I'm not doing this. Okay, because you have to remember one thing. You are example. If you do something, a lot of guys will imitate you, and you are influencing them to the bad way. Then you have to behave properly for the guys follow you, and you bring a lot of guys to the right way. Because one guy who nobody knows doing something is one thing. You as an instructor you as a Gracie, and people admire you, and if they know, they saw you doing wrong things, the young ones, you imitate you and do the same. Then you are responsible for those guys. From now on, I start to think about, man, my behavior has to be okay, because otherwise, I don't want to bring people, put people down. Then every time I give a black belt from one guy, I say, man, from now on, you have to think twice and do something wrong. Because people will imitate you and you are responsible for them. Even your students, all your students is looking to you and see how you're doing, even the young ones. Because some guy said, oh, smoke marijuana, it's not, don't make it's not bad, because so that guy, he's a champion and he smoke. All young guys talk to me like that. I say, yeah, okay, maybe he can win a tournament doing this, but the problem is the marijuana is make your, como é que diz o cérebro, né?
Your brain, a little slow.
Your brain cells.
Your brain cells anesthetic your brain cells, and then you start to be dumb. Because I think marijuana is the worst of the drugs, because you don't feel the effect quickly. The effects becoming low, and then you start to be a retarded idiot. Don't keep nothing in your mind, just that you're willing for realize things, stop, and you feel okay, everything is okay, you don't do nothing anymore. Then one time in my school, Malibu came to me and said, hey Carlinhos, you're just giving a lot of attention for some guys, because he used to beat the guys, and then with the time the guys start to beat them. I said, no man, I'm not giving attention of these guys more than you guys. I give the class for everybody. The problem is, como é que tu fala careta e doidão?
Straight person
And you're stoned, yeah. You're stoned all
I
the
have two
time.
kinds of guys in my school. The stone guys, and the other,
Straight ones, like
and
regular ones.
Straight guy.
the straight one. The straight one that smash you guys. What can I do? It's not my fault, your fault. Behave yourself, my friend. Otherwise, that's why the guys get more intelligent, his brain, because your brain is everything. If you make a test, I do a lot with me, you know, and I do so many positions that sometimes give a blank. Man, what did I teach today? Give a blank. I have to stop. Then I have to think about, then something came in mind and start to do that. But sometimes I thought, my game is not doing well, I have to do something. I start to think about one position, just imagine that position in my mind, imagine before the class, before the training, sitting, nobody to bother me, and start to imagine I'm doing the position. I do this, get that, the guy will put the arm over here, then I do this and do that. Make it happen in my mind. When I go to the match, straight happen. Incredible. I didn't make any position before. I just put in my mind the position. When I go to the match to work on that, all the positions the same, because I made in my mind first. Then what's happening is, if you want, you don't need for training, make a good jiu-jitsu, you don't need just holding the guy doing the position. Stop, think, imagine the position in your mind. See you doing in your mind, how you do it. Sit like this, hold that, the guy trying to escape here, hold that. Works more than you doing the position with the gi, and then try to work on it.
They had a scientific study with guys shooting basketball, some people might have read that. They were doing they had one group practice 20 times a day, or 20 shots a day for a couple weeks, for 2 weeks, 5 weeks. And one group only sat in a calm environment, only visualize that they were doing 100 times or X amount of times. The results were the results of the improvement on their shots were percentage in the same. Like they improved like 30% their shots. Scientific study, documented. You guys go to not Second Soviet. You go like Sports Medicine Journal.
Another day, I think about that. I have one guy in my school, the brown one. This guy's a marathon guy. He's a blue belt. Could be a purple belt. But he came to the school now as a blue belt. He was used to train some beat students around there. This guy is so wild. He trained hard, do a lot of little gross a little bit. People, I have to calm down him to don't hurt the other guys. But I keep him there because he's a good trainer for us. The guys do a lot of strength. He never get tired. Man, the guys never tired. Because he used to run marathon. And then I used to train with him. We put the train of 6 minutes for the students. The training be too long and the students start to smash one each other. The guy feel like 6 minutes at a time everyone can handle without get tired and be smashing. And for the students, for the beginners, it's good. Then we train, and I used to train with this guy. I love shows. I like more being choked than I'm boss. And I choke him, but the guy resist, get my hand tied. And the time finished before I make him tap. And I give training to him maybe 7 times and just going to the chokes, but the guy resist. And I said, man, I'm not going to choke this guy anymore. Now I'm going to get his arm. And then I did that. Before the training, guys, I warm up, I go sit there and start to think about, imagine what I'm going to do. The guy made 3 times in the arm in 6 minutes. Then I'm not used to make him tap once in the choke. Because I did it. Let's train, okay, let's train. I didn't think nothing before training. Just hey, can't train. I go train with you. What's happening? It's totally different. I'm going to train with you. I sit here a little bit and start to imagine what I'm going to do. I do this and this and this. Put everything in my mind. Make it happen in my mind. When I'm going to train with you, I put all the things I did, go straight there. Then I know what I'm going to do. Then I reach the point much more easy than just sitting here. Come on, let's train. Okay, let's train. I don't have nothing in my mind. If something happens, I will do. But when it happens, you think about doing that, the time is already over. You're always late. But you stop. That's why tournament, when you go to the tournament, make you better, because you worry about tournaments, and then you, before the week before the tournament, you always, before you lay down in the bed, you start to think about, man, how I put the guy down, how I do that, how I do this. And then think about the fight. Think, when you arrive there, your mind's like that. You know more or less what you're going to do, and then just go straight and do all things. And you don't forget anymore. Do you think it's a good thing to overthink? Because when we used to go to Japan and all these places to fight, one of the biggest obstacles I thought was 3 days before the fight. Always, you can't sleep. You can't sleep. Close your eyes, you see the fight. Oh, when you come in, I'm going to do this. He's going to do that. What if I do? And then it's just too much, and you don't get sleep. You don't want to take anything to sleep, because then maybe it's going to affect you in the fight.
I think you have to think about those things monthly before the fight. In your training, every day. Oh man, you punch the guy like that. You fake here, the guy is you open and you punch him like that. Imagine this happen. And then you go to the training, you will do that. And boom! Oh yes, the punch come in. Then you work in your body to do that. And every day come with realize first, think about first, and then come to train. Realize every day before the training, you go there, today you'll do this and this and this. Realize, make it happen before in your mind.
You gotta always have a goal every time you train. And like when you do the drills with different guys, like each time you line up, you gotta think about something else to work on.
I miss this today for myself.
Because I always go there, I don't stop. I say, sometimes I feel, man, how long I don't stop to think about jiu-jitsu. I am automatic, you know? I do every day, train every day, but thinking about jiu-jitsu, I told to you, I want to stop a little bit to study jiu-jitsu, study more. But if I study, I should grow a lot. You know? But my body is, I do what because jiu-jitsu is a conditional reflex. How, if you just roll every day, you just do the same you do yesterday, before yesterday, because you it's automatic. You do what the same you driving. You drive every day the same. But once you start to, no, today I will I will attack more the backs. I will do the best for just get his back. Okay, you arrive in the school, you are training today, you put in your mind is pick someone's back. And you focus all your energy to pick his back. And then you see, you pick a lot of backs. And then next day, then you see that the backs is working. I work this week just picking backs back. Okay, now I'm picking good. I'm good on this. And then what do you do? Next week, now man, I use attack with my close guards. I will not allow people to open my guard. I do my best so they don't open. I will sweep them before they open my guard. And then you come to the school, nobody knows, just you. Let's train, but you have a goal. And then pull the guys for the guard, cross the guard, and do your best so they don't open. And then you work, the guys open, man. Then if you have some problem, come to your teacher and say, okay, how I keep the guy in my guard? Because I try to hold the cross guard and the guy is open, is too easy. And then your teacher will help you with that, but you have a goal. And then if you always have a goal, when you arrive at school, jiu-jitsu grow fast. The problem is, I saw in Brazil, some guys come from other states to have one class with me. Carlos, I want a private class with you. Okay, and I give him one private class. And that private class was for him. Why do you touch him? I touch him stand when he was in the guard. The guy is fat. The guys don't have a good guard, but the guys have a good takedowns. Then I looked to him and said, how you can help me? Man, you cannot stay in the bottom. In the top, you smash everybody. Once you be in the bottom, what's happened? You don't work well. To have a good guard, you're a little fat, you have to work a lot, lose some belly, and do this and do that. Then for now on, let's work in something. When the guys get in your guard, keep his arm, push him, put your hand on the ground, stand up, go to his leg, or pull the guy, go to his back. That's just train this. And every day you go to school, cross legs, hold, push him, and stand up and do this. And the guys start to do that. Every day, do. Be good. Don't. He's afraid of to be in the bottom. He's not afraid to be in the bottom anymore because he knows something he can do well, and his game grow. I have the best guy in Brazil. Have the opportunity to learn. They arrive in the school. You teach him there. You teach something. The guys, bunch of black belts. The guys come, sitting there. Just hang out. Don't look for your teacher. I look for them, like them there. They don't want to learn. They have problems. And then what's happened? Amen. And then what's happened? One day they get the opportunity to teach. The guy called them to go somewhere. And then he said, hey man,